how you come in after a night out and the ring light is like, I feel like I'm cooking. I feel like I'm going to like get my appendix taken out. That's got to come down. Today, Chlöe Bailey, Chlöe, she's like, just call me Chlöe now. She's from Atlanta. That's how you pronounce it, by the way. Atlanta, N-U-H on the end. I'm from Atlanta. If you say Atlanta, that's an automatic sign you're not from Atlanta. Although every now and then you hear like a local say Atlanta and you look at them like, you know better than that. You know better than that, right? Atlanta. Like and subscribe no matter where you're from. That's how you can win a virtual meet and greet with your favorite artists. It's Chlöe. Let's go.
The OHP Uncut Podcast with Kannon.
Well, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm grateful.
How are you enjoying being on your own, and how's it feeling?
It's definitely interesting. Like, I am so grateful and happy with what my sister and I have accomplished together. And I can't wait to continue to accomplish great things together as individually. And right now, it's been a time where I've been releasing my solo music and really kind of finding out who Chlöe truly is deep inside and as a musician and a performer. And it's been very interesting to say the least. I feel like free. I feel like before I felt like a little caterpillar, and I feel like I'm like in my cocoon right now, getting ready to burst. So, you know,
it's such a deeply personal thing. Music is. What are you discovering about yourself that you want to share with the world? What is it that you have said, you know what, I've never really shown this side of me before?
Yeah. What I'm discovering about myself is that I have to fight for myself. No one will believe in me if I don't believe in myself first. And I think, you know, with my sister, even though she is 1.5 years younger than me, she's the Aries and I'm the Cancer. So it's so easy. It's a lot easier for her to speak her mind than it is for me to speak my mind. So, you know, with being on my own, if there's something that I'm not with, I have to say it. I have to boss up. I have to say it and be okay with that and not get nervous or shy. And, you know, when it comes to performing and in the studio and creating, that's where I feel like complete confident. And I speak my mind so freely because I know exactly what I want and how I want it. But outside of that, from a business standpoint, I'm learning to speak my mind. And, you know, it's a journey, it's a process, but I'm doing it.
So what is it that you are learning to speak your mind about from a business standpoint? What other things are you working on that you're talking about?
Oh, well, a lot of them I can't really share, but, you know, the main premise is just about if I like something or if I don't like something, if I want something changed, anything like that, you know?
Have you been writing? Are you a nonstop writer? Do you get writer's block or do you just write nonstop and just put them on the shelf and get?
Yes, I get incredibly inspired by life experiences. And, you know, more than ever right now, I've been in the studio every single day, even though like I know what my project is, I'm like just digging to see if there's any other hidden gems, just in case, to make sure like there's no stone that's being unturned. And even now that's just flowing out of me. And I'm like, if I don't put a cap on it, I'm just going to keep creating because, you know, whether or not I was creating a project, I do it every day anyways. Like music is my life. Music is like another way of breathing for me. So it's been fun. There are rare times where creative block does come in, but I think that's when you step away from it for so long and then you got to like exercise that muscle again, just like anything.
Are you better at expressing yourself through music than just everyday life and conversation?
Absolutely. Like I'll get on the mic and start freestyling and I'm like, oh, that's how I feel.
Now, why do you think that is?
Because music is my comfort, you know. When I perform, I feel so like alive. And even though I am 23, outside of music and business, I feel like a 15-year-old girl inside. I'm so goofy and so childlike. And, you know, I see like the best side of everything. And in music, it's like the complete opposite. It's like, I'm not taking any. Here I am, boom, boom, boom.
So I take it you must have a bunch of songs written in, and then you have to go through and pick the ones you want on the album. How do you go about doing that? How do you narrow it down? And like, is there a theme?
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a theme. There's so many songs that I love, and it's been hard narrowing down, but it's really about what sounds the most cohesive together as a body of work. And who knows, maybe I'll sell the songs because they can't just sit on my computer and go to waste. Maybe I'll sell them, give them to artists, or put it out on another project. You know, we'll see.
Now, have you written for other artists?
Not right now. I'm writing for myself, and it's been fun because I really had to see what is Chlöe sound. Not like I just didn't want to sound like an extension of the incredible work my sister and I have done through the group Chlöe and Hallie, but it's like, who is Chlöe? What does she sound like? What does she bring musically to the table that doesn't feel like it's been done before? So in the midst of that, me finding myself and my sound, I didn't really want to like write for other artists until I really found out like what I am.
Well, you've been inspired by such a broad range of artists that it's hard to nail you down. And I mean, that's a great thing. I mean, you talk about Beyonce and Imogen Heap.
Yeah,
quite different artists, but somehow
Khalees,
they find their way together for you.
Yeah.
And do you think that maybe that unique taste in music plays into what becomes your signature sound?
Absolutely. Like, I would not be here without the people who came before me. They're the ones who inspired me to like want to do this, like Beyonce and Khalees and Nina Simone and Donna Summer, like how she owns her sexuality through her music and her body and her performing. Like there's so many incredible women who have done it before me, Tina Turner, and that's inspiring me, Toni Braxton, like the list can go on. And I just hope that I make the ones who did come before me proud and myself proud and the listeners and consumers like the music. So I can't wait for them to really hear like what I'm bringing, because I don't think people really are ready.
You're getting me excited just hearing about it. That's amazing.
I'm getting excited talking about it.
I can tell. I love that. God, I love it. By the way, I love a Donna Summer shout out. My first crush I ever had, Donna Summer. Still,
she's a baddie.
Still near and dear to my heart. What out of the artists you mentioned, have you spoken to any? Do you have any mentors who have given you any advice?
Beyonce, I would have loved to have talk to any of these incredible women. One day I hope to just sit down with Khalees and just kind of pick her brains and just, I think she's very underrated. Like she has inspired so many artists and, people don't really give her flowers. Like people know she's dope, but she's like the one,
I heard Lotto the other day say, sometimes you got to take your flowers. I love that.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And I love Lotto, and like she's another baddie, and she's so talented, and she supports so many women, and like she's just great. I love her.
Talk about your relationship with Kesha. She's another one of my favorite artists, and I know you guys did a podcast together.
Oh yeah, Kesha. So I never like actually met her face to face, but we did do a podcast together called Electric Easy. That was so much fun. I've always been a huge fan of hers, and it was like this sci-fi romance little podcast thing. And I played this girl named Vector who was like half human, half robot, and it was fun.
So obviously you're focusing on music now. Do you still have a passion for acting? Is that something you want
absolutely.
to do?
Absolutely. There's a lot of really fun things I can't wait to talk about coming on the horizon. And it's just another way to express myself. So absolutely.
Oh, we're about ready to see a lot of Chlöe, aren't we?
God willing.
And that ain't a bad thing at all. Well, let's play your song, Have Mercy. Tell me about how many songs you got picked out right now?
For the album?
Yeah.
Like 25, 30. It's been hard narrowing it down, but right now I'm just like finding out like what sounds the best together and like doing different variations and stuff. But it's like the crazy thing is that I'm creating and like the songs are getting better. So it's champagne problems. So that's
as you're going along, the quality of work you feel is getting better. So it's getting even harder to narrow it down because you like some of the newer stuff more than the stuff that's on the shelf.
Yes.
You're evolving right before your eyes.
Exactly. So I don't think it's a bad thing that I'm still going.
Not at all. Tell me about Have Mercy. Let's play that.
Yeah. So Have Mercy is really just about owning who you are, loving your body, and not being afraid to talk about it and talk your shit. And, I'm just so happy with what this single is doing. It's my first solo song and it's been doing so well. And I just can't wait for more, onward and upward. But for now, this is my single, Have Mercy.
And it doesn't fit in a box. And honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, it's my favorite song on the radio right now.
Really?
It really is. I love it every time I hit play.
I can be completely honest. Like after I release music, I don't really go back to listen to it like that. But the other day I heard it in my car and I turned it up and I was like, this is fire. So I was like, okay. But
you hear your song in a different environment that's not a studio or not the typical environment, it just hits different, right?
It does hit different because I feel like I'm just like going about my day and randomly hearing the song as if I'm, any other person listening to the song. And the thing that's exciting me is that I think the music I have now is like topping it.
Girl, I love your confidence, and I love.
Hey, you gotta speak it out.
I'm literally getting excited with you right now. It's been such a pleasure catching up. Thank you for your time. We love you. Atlanta loves you. We'll always love you.
It's my city. Yes. Thank you so much.
The OHP Uncut Podcast with Kannon.